All right, hold on. I'm going to hit the button up here real quick. All right. Well, I've got one person who's logged in live with me. I think I've got someone named Kate. So hi, I'm Aron. I'm the program coordinator for Project SOAR. And we're going to do our online SOAR Fit, SOAR Fit class today. If anyone else is coming in live, I'll just let them in as we go. So you may see me getting on my laptop here or there to let people in or to make adjustments. And otherwise, if you're watching this on YouTube, I do record this, and you, of course, can work out with this whenever it works out for you. Hi, Kate. Oh, look, I got a baby there. Hi there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute you.
I'm here. Hey, everybody.
Hey. I'm going to go ahead and mute you just so that we don't have any interruptions with the sound, okay? All right. All right, so we're going to get started. Again, if anyone else comes in, they can catch up with us. I'd like to have everyone, before you come in, already warmed up. So I always encourage people before you log on to, go for a walk or a jog, or maybe do some jump rope. But if you haven't done that, that's okay. We'll do a really quick warm up together and then do some stretching and then get started on our workout. And if you need any adaptions or anything, let me know. And I'll try to give some different alternatives, even if there's not something specific that you ask for, again, just for anyone that's watching this later on YouTube, so that you can have ideas of different ways to adapt this. So I'm going to stand up. What I'm going to do for a warm-up is only going to take about 2 minutes. We're going to do 30 seconds of jogging, 30 seconds of jumping jacks, and 30 seconds of high knees, and then 30 seconds of squats. So you can change this up as needed. I just want to have a couple minutes just to move and get the blood flowing. So let me wait until my watch is ready. 2, 1, and I'm going to start jogging. Again, if jogging isn't your thing, don't you worry about it. You can do a walk or a side step, just something, again, to get your blood flowing, get everything warmed up and moving. We're about halfway through with this jogging, and then we're going to move on. What did I say we're going to do next? I said we're going to do jumping jacks. That's it. All right, almost done jogging. All right, now for jumping jacks, you can do the big jumping jacks, or if you want to stay low impact, you can keep your feet on the ground and go alternating one side and the other. I'm going to hop today. We're about halfway done with these jumping jacks. And again, you don't have to go as fast as me. We're just trying to get warmed up. What are we going to do next? I think I said high knees. Here we go. High knees. So get those knees as high as you can. One and then the other. Good job, Kate. I can see you over there. And almost done. And now last thing we're going to do for our warm-up is some squats. So just moving in and out of the squat. If you want to take this up a notch and you want to add some hops, you can do a squat hop, but you don't have to. Again, totally up to you. I'm not going to hop this time. We've got 10 more seconds to this warm-up, and then we'll start to do some dynamic stretching, and then we'll do our workout. All right, all done with the warm-up. If you feel like you need to move around a little bit more to get warmed up, feel free to do that. You can do another round of those or something else. But if you're joining me, we're going to move on to dynamic stretching. So we're going to come back to those squats, but we're going to do 5 with our feet wide, 5 with our feet about hips distance, and then 5 with our feet touching. So first, let's take it wide. We're going to keep our body upright, and these are going to be slow. So we're not trying to get cardio here. We're just trying to see where our range of motion is, how all our joints feel, just checking everything out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's take our feet just a little closer together, about hips distance apart, and do the same thing. Squat down and come back up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the last one of these, we're going to take our feet closer together. They may even touch a little bit. And let's try that again. And I don't have any music playing. I can hear my knees popping when I do this. If you do want to play music while you work out, feel free to. I just don't like to play on my end because I don't want to block you being able to hear me. But if you like music, I think that's 5. Go ahead and play some. All right. After those slow squats, we're going to do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So feet again about hips distance, and then hands sliding down the front of the legs. You may stop here. You may come down to touch your toes. Just whatever allows you to feel a stretch along the back of the legs. It's okay to have a little bend in the knees. And let's just spend about 30 seconds here. We don't have to be exact. Just take a few breaths. You may find once you're down here for a little bit that you can fold a little deeper. And I think that was about 30 seconds. So let's walk back up. And next, we're going to do a little bit of a side to side walk. So I'm going to start on this side and step together, step together, and then same thing the other way. So we'll just do this a few times. Again, kind of noticing how it feels in our hips. Because some of the people who are going to do this workout with me are going to be going on a ski trip with me in a couple months. And when we're doing that skiing, we use a lot of strength and flexibility in our hips. So we want to make sure that we are moving that to get used to it. So we can do as many runs down the mountain as we can. Let's do one more to each side. All right, and now we're gonna do some more movement in our hips. So feet maybe a little bit wider than hips distance, and we're gonna make circles with our hips. So hands can be on your hips, and then just big old circles. And then whichever direction you were going, let's switch directions and make circles the other way. And that's good. We've done a lot of stretching and movement in the lower part of our body. Let's just do a little bit in the upper part of our body, just so that we can get some movement there. So let's keep our feet about where they are and just twist. You can let your arms go loose. Just getting a little rotation in our spine, just warmed up a little bit, just seeing how that feels before we really start working out hard. And that's probably pretty good. And then we'll do a side bend to each side. So you can keep your hands at your side for the side bend, or if you want to take one arm overhead, you can, or you could even put both arms overhead. So whichever feels best for you. And remember, if you ever need to do your workout seated, there's a lot of these things that you can do seated. So side bend is one of them. You can do a side bend right here in your chair. So doing whichever variation works for you. And then let's take it back to the middle and do our side bend to the other side. Excellent. Let's come back to the middle. If there is anything else that you feel like you need to stretch or move before you get started on your workout, feel free to do that now. If you're watching this recorded and you need to pause, feel free to pause. Otherwise, we're going to move on. I'll let you know what we're going to do today, and then we'll do it together. So today we're going to do back lunges, and then we're going to do squats, and then forward lunges, and then squat pulses. Ooh, hold on. And then some lateral lunges, squat jumps, lunge jumps, deadlifts, planks, and side planks. So that's what we have planned today. And we'll do them together. We'll do 3 rounds. Okay. So let's start. Hold on. Here we go. Let's start with those back lunges. So what that's going to look like, and I'll turn sideways so that you can see, is we'll start with our feet next to each other, about hips distance apart. And we'll take a step back with one foot. I'm going to start with my right. Big step back, and then bend the back knee, bend the front knee, the back knee going as far as you can, keeping your balance. You don't have to touch the ground, but getting as far as you can, keeping your balance and keeping that front knee right over your ankle. So we don't want to be forward like this. You want to keep that knee right over your ankle. And that's 1. And then we'll switch sides. So we'll lunge on this side. So now that's 1 on both sides. So we're gonna do a total of 6. So we'll do 6 on both sides. So my right, number 2, my left, number 2. Now you can do this with body weight only. If you have hand weights and you want to hold hand weights in your hands to add extra resistance, you're welcome to. You don't have to. Ooh, keeping your balance. If you feel like you get a little off balance, feel free to use a chair or a table or the wall to help you keep your balance. That's 3 for me. Four to both sides. 5. And the other 5. Last one of these this round. All right. So that was 6 alternating back lunges. Next, we're going to go to 6 squats. So again, maybe taking the feet out a little bit wider than hip distance. Your toes can be a little wider than your heels. I'm going to actually turn again so that you can see as I'm coming down into this squat. See if you can keep your body upright. So we're not collapsing. We're keeping the chest lifted, letting the booty come back, and still keeping the knees over the ankles. And then as you come up, we're squeezing that booty and keeping the back neutral. So you're not straining your back. If you feel that in your back, see if you can squeeze your booty instead. That was 1. 2, really driving through your heels. So it's like you're pushing your heels down. 3, 4, 5, last one like this, and 6. So we're moving back to lunges, but this time the lunges are going to step forward. So last time we stepped back, now we're going to step forward, but the motion is pretty similar. So I'm going to start with my right, step forward, and then come down. That was right, left, and dip, back. That was 1. So let's do 6 of those. That was 3 for me. This is the last one, I think. You know what, I'm gonna do 1 more on each side just to be sure, because I think I lost count. All right, that's 6 for sure. All right, back to squat. So I'm gonna turn to face you this time. But this time we're gonna do squat pulses. So we're gonna come down into that squat, and instead of coming back up all the way, we're only gonna come up about halfway and then lower back down. Halfway up, back down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my thighs are burning. And 6. And this time all the way up. Shake that out if you need to. And we are going to go back to lunges. This time it's side lunges. So I'm going to take my feet even wider than they were for those squats. So maybe out past the shoulders, toes open up wider than the heels. I'm going to put my hands on my hips. Again, if you ever want to hold on to a weight like this, that's a good way to maybe add some extra resistance, but you don't have to. Body weight does a lot here. I'm going to come to this side first. And again, we want to keep that knee aligned over our ankle. Press through the heel, come back to the middle. That's going to squeeze that glute muscle right back there. And then we'll come to the other side. And back up. That's 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. Lots of control here, really feeling that strength in our body as we press back up. 1 more to each side. All right, I'm going to put this down. And let's come back to our feet just a little closer together. We're going to come back into squats again. So you can repeat the kind of squats we did before. I'm going to show and demonstrate a squat jump. So for the squat jump, we're going to come down to the squat, and then when we come up, we're actually going to do like a little hop and then back down. If doing that hop doesn't work for you, instead of hopping, maybe a little more energetically coming up, like with a lot of energy, if hopping doesn't work right for you. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, I know I'm starting to get a lot of warmth here. We're going to do another set of lunges. And this time, again, I'm going to demonstrate lunge jumps, but if lunge jumps are not your cup of tea, don't worry about it. I'll show you an alternative. So if you're following me for the lunge jump, let's go ahead and start in that lunge position with the right foot forward and the other knee back. And then what we'll do is we'll very quickly hop so that we switch. So now the left is forward, the right is back. And then we hop back, and that's 1. So we go to each side 1 time and we count that as 1. If that's not your cup of tea, don't worry about it. You can go back to those alternating hops or those alternating lunges. You can come right back to the middle and then do it again. But I'm going to demonstrate the lunge hop. So let me put my right foot back again. So hop and hop. That's 2. Hop and hop. That's 3. 3 more like that. One more. And that's it. Whew. I am feeling that. All right. We've done a lot of lower body movement. We are going to do a little more to strengthen the back of the body with deadlifts. Again, you can do this, feet about hips distance apart, knees soft, back flat, coming down, and then squeezing the muscles in the back of the legs and the seat to come back up. You don't need to have anything but body weight to do that. But if you have hand weights, you can put them one in each hand and do the same thing and just add a little bit more weight. Or if you have the body bands, you can use them to create resistance. So I'm going to count that as 3 for me. Whatever variation you're doing, go ahead and do 6, 5, and 1 more, and 6. Excellent. All right, 2 more exercises. This is going to be more of an upper body / full body. We're going to be doing some planks. I'm going to show you variations here. So we're going to do 30 seconds in a plank. You can do plank on your knees with arms extended right under your shoulders. You could also come up onto your toes. You could also do planks from your forearms. So I like to bring my elbows right under my shoulders, hands meet in the middle. And again, you have the option of doing a plank with your knees on the ground or your toes tucked. So I'm going to do the forearm plank with my toes tucked, and I'm going to look at my watch and try to do that for 30 seconds. If you need to take a break during those 30 seconds, you are welcome to. Just do your best. See if you can pull the muscles behind your belly button up and in towards your spine. That's how you keep your body in a straight line. And if you feel like you're using your back or your back hurts, come out of this and take a break. We don't want to hurt our back in this. Oh, I think that was 30 seconds. Let's take a little break, take a little stretch. Last set of exercises, we're going to do our side planks. And again, there's lots of ways to do this. I'll show you a few. You do what works best for you. So, and I'm going to start on the side. So you can come into a side plank where your hand is under your shoulder and you lift your hips up. You can have your feet in front of each other. It's a little more difficult if you stack your feet on top of each other. Another way you can do this is to put one foot in front for a little support. So that makes it a little less challenging if you need a little assistance from your foot. Another way you can do this, again, is to come onto your forearm. So your elbows on the ground, right under your shoulder, and then you have the same different options you can do with your feet, either on top of each other, one in front, or using that top leg for a little lift. I'm going to stay on my forearm, but I'm going to stack my feet. And I'm going to come up in just a couple seconds and see if I can do this for 30 seconds. So to do this, we really have to lift this hip off the ground, which means we're using these muscles on the side of our body, our abdominal oblique muscles. I think that was 30 seconds. Let's shift to the other side. Same thing. Pick which option works best for you today. I'm still rehabbing the shoulder from an accident I had a couple months ago, so let's see how this feels for me. We're going to come up in 2 seconds, and I'm going to try to hold this for 30. Another thing you can do is maybe use your hand in front for a little balance. I have my hand on my hip, but if you want, you can take that top hand and reach it up to the sky. I'm going to kind of keep mine in front of me so I can keep track of how long you've been here. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Oh my goodness, take a break. That was the whole set of exercises. We are going to repeat that 2 more times, but we are going to take a 2-minute break. This is your opportunity. Get some water, do a little stretching, use the bathroom if you need to, and then we'll come back and do another round. If you are watching this on YouTube, recorded later, remember you can always take a longer or a shorter rest if you need to, just by using that pause button or that forward button. In about 30 more seconds, we're going to start back up, and we're going to start with those back lunges again, 6 on each side. Remember, you can use hand weights if you want, or trust me, I've been doing body weight for most of these, and I'm already sweating, so you will get a great workout even if you don't have hand weights or anything. All right, I'm going to get up and let's give this second round to go. All right. So I'm going to start towards the front, so I have room to step back, and I'm going to do 6, and I'm going to alternate. So 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and that counts as 1. And let's get started. That's 1. 2, you go the pace that works best for you and allows you to keep your balance and to find your range of motion. That's 4 for me. I'm going to do 2 more on each side. Last set of these for me this round. All right, that was 6 alternating lunges. I'm going to turn and face you and do 6 squats. So coming to feet just a little wider than the shoulders, toes wider than heels. Again, if you want to hold on to a weight or have an exercise band under your feet that you're holding on to, you can do that. I'll do that this round, holding on to a weight, but you can do this body weight. You'll still get a great workout. Really squeezing the glutes as you come back up, press through the heels. Last one for me, that's 6. Now we're going to go back to doing lunges, this time doing forward lunges. And just again, just to show you that you can use weights, I'm just going to use them, but you don't have to. This can be done with your hands at your side or on your hips. This time I'll start back here so I can step forward. And that's 1. 2. 3, we're halfway done with these. 4. 5, last set, forward lunges. Great job. Turning back to face you again. We're going to come back to squats. This time that little pulse. So when we go down, we're not going to come all the way back up. We're just going to come up part of the way. And again, just for a little added extra, this time I'm going to use the hand weight. So coming down and then just halfway up, really squeezing the glutes. And then that burn is still there as I come back down. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one. And we can come all the way up with this one, all the way back up, press through the heels. Great job. Now we're gonna come and do those lateral lunges. So side to side, feet really wide, even wider than they were for that squat, toes open up. You can hold on to a weight if you want. This time I'm not going to. I'm gonna keep my hands on my hips, chest lifted, shoulder blades sliding down my back so I'm nice and upright. Bend one knee and then press into that heel, squeeze that glute to come back up to the center, and then we'll switch sides. And to center, that's 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. One more to each side this round. Great job. Woo. Now we get to move back to the squats. This is those squat jumps. And remember, if you don't like doing a jump, instead of jumping, just try to drive through your heels, maybe come up to the tops of your toes as you come up. So you don't have to leave the ground entirely. You can just be really energetic and kind of come up to the balls of your feet. All right, I'm gonna try to jump again. So I'm gonna count this next one as my first one. I was just demonstrating there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel that heart rate going up now. A little bit more opportunity to jump. And again, these are those jump lunges. So we're going to alternate back and forth. If that doesn't feel good to you, simply do another set of the forward or backward lunges, whichever you prefer. Okay? I'm going to start and get ready for that lunge jump. My right foot is forward, and then I'm going to hop up and switch. Hop up and switch back. That was 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one of these. And 6. Whew. All right, we're going to do those deadlifts. Remember, you can do these with body weight. You can do these with hand weights. You can do these with an exercise band. Totally up to you, wherever you need to be. And you might do it one way the first round and the other way another round. That's okay. You're not stuck with whichever you chose the first time. Do what works best right now in this moment. I'm going to use the hand weights. Our feet will be about shoulder distance apart. We'll start nice and tall, driving down through our heels, and then keeping the back flat, the knees soft. We're going to slide our hands down the front of the legs, and then squeeze the back of the legs and the glutes to come back up, keeping that back nice and flat. Squeeze right there in the glutes. Two. 3, 4, 5. Last one of these. And 6. I'm going to put these down. We're going to do our planks next. Remember, you have lots of different options for planks. You could even, if you don't want to come all the way to the ground, I'll show you with a chair this time. You can do a plank using a chair or a table so that you're at a little bit different of an angle. So feel free to do that. Again, lots and lots of things you can do to make these work for you. I'm going to come down and do a forearm plank again because that's better for my shoulder while I'm healing. And let's start now. I'm going to try to do this for 30 seconds. Five more seconds, then we're done. And give it a little break here, get a little stretch in. One more exercise for this round, and then we just do one more round and we cool off and we're done for the day. So I'm going to come into my side plank. Remember, there's lots of options for this as well. I'm going to do the forearm option. And let's start in 5 seconds. And let's go. And that's it, that's 30. You did it. We're just gonna do the same thing on the other side and then we're done with this round and we get a little break. So let's come on to this side. We'll start in about 5 more seconds, just so I can remember where I am on the clock. And let's lift. Ten more seconds. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Take a break for a couple minutes, get some water. Do any stretching you feel like you need to do before the next round starts. We'll start about another minute and a half. One more minute to our break, and then we'll get started with those alternating back lunges for our third and final round. All right, we're going to start in 30 seconds. So if you've left the room, come back in. If you need more time and you're watching this on video, just give it a pause and come back in when you're ready. I'm going to stand up and get ready for those back lunges. Remember, you can use hand weights if you want. I don't think I'm going to this round. I'm beat. All right, let's start. I'm going to start with my right. You can start with whichever one works best for you, but we're going to do 6 on each side, alternating. One, two, three, 4, 5, last one. All right, great job. That was 6 on each side. We're going to take this into those squats. Let's take our feet a little wider than the shoulders, toes wider than the heels. We're going to keep our body pretty upright. So you'll have a little bit of a tilt forward so that your booty can come out behind you, but see if you can keep your chest lifted. All right. Again, you can add weights if you want, or that exercise band. I'm not going to this round. And then let's come down. Press through the heels, squeeze the booty back up, even keeping the shoulder blades drawing back together to keep the chest lifted. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one of these. It's the last one of these for the day. That was it. We're going to turn and do lunges again, alternating again, but this time stepping forward instead of backward. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's it. I think I've got someone trying to call in. I'm going to send them a voicemail so we can finish our class. All right. So that was the forward lunges. Now we get to do squats again, but it's time to do pulses. So we're not coming all the way up. We're staying part way down. So feet a little wider than the shoulders, coming into that squat, coming up about halfway, and then we drop it back down again. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one, 6, and then we can press all the way up. Shake that out. And then we're going to do our side lunges, our lateral lunges. We're going to stay facing this direction. Feet come wider, toes are opened out, and we're going to alternate side to side. One. Really pressing through that heel to come back to the middle. That's what squeezes our glute when we do that. 2. 3. 4. 5. Last set. 1 more to each side. Last one. And 6. All right. Now we have a chance to do those jump lunges or to repeat your forward or backward lunges. So your choice. I'm going to try to hop these last ones. Hopefully my knees aren't going to be angry with me tomorrow. All right. Switch and switch. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Last one. 6. Woo, we made it. We're going to do one more set of squats. Again, you can keep this as either of the first 2 squats if you want. You can do a regular squat. You can do the squat pulses. You can do a squat hop with me. Or if you want to be more energetic in the squat, but not come off the ground, remember you can just come up to the toes. Just be a little more energetic, but your feet don't have to leave the ground if that doesn't feel right in your body. So let's knock these out. 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last one. Great job. We're gonna do those deadlifts. I actually like how that feels with the hand weights. So I'm gonna use the hand weights. You use what's best for you. Nice flat back, soft knees, letting the hands slide down the front of the legs, drive through the heels, squeeze the booty, come back up, draw the shoulder blades together. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Last one. 6. We just have our planks and our side planks left and our cool down, and then we're done for the day. So remember, you have options. You might do a different option this time than you did before. Go ahead and find the plank that works for you. We're going to try to do 30 seconds. We'll start in about 5. And let's start. Three, 2, 1. Let's come out of this plank. Woo. We're going to do our side planks and then we get to cool down. Almost done, my friends. Find the side plank that feels right for you. We'll start in about 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Let's come up into that side plank. Really engaging in those abs to keep that hip lifted. About 10 more seconds. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. One more side, and then you've done it. Get yourself set up on this other side. We'll start in about 5 seconds. Get ready. 2 and 1. 30 seconds here. Last side plank. Last exercise of today's workout. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Take a little break, get a drink of water. We're going to cool down in just a minute. So we are going to do a stretch on the front of our thigh, our quadriceps. I'm going to do this laying on the mat, but there's other ways you can do this. Some people like to do a quad stretch standing. If you're one of those people, looks like this. So feel free to do it that way. You can also do it kind of using a piece of furniture to help you put a little bit more of a stretch into that This is a little much for my knee, so I don't like that version. But if that feels good for you, you go for it. I'm going to come lie down on one side again, just like we finished up. And then I'm going to bend the knee of my top leg and reach back to my ankle. And I'm going to come to my quad stretch like this, laying right here on the floor. I'm going to hold this for about 30 seconds and then switch to the other side. So feel free to come into any variation of this that works for you. All right, that was about 30 seconds. So I'm going to switch and do the other leg. So again, finding whatever variation of this quad stretch you like the best today. And then we'll spend about 30 seconds in it. We did a lot of squats and lunges, so we use that quadricep a lot today. So let's say thank you to our quadriceps for doing all that hard work by giving a nice, good stretch to them. Just a few more seconds on the side, I think will be good. All right, that's pretty good. So we're going to come into another lunge, but this is more of a stretching lunge, and I'm going to do it here on the ground. I'm going to step my right foot forward, the other knee is on the ground. And I'm going to sort of lean forward to stretch this part of my body right here, the hip flexor. And then I'm going to start to straighten that front leg and lift the toes and fold over the front leg. So now I get to stretch the back of the leg. And you can hold this, or if you like how it feels to go between one and the other, you can come forward into the lunge, backward into this stretch. This is called half monkey stretch in yoga. I like to flow between them, so I'm going to go back and forth. But if you want to hang out in one of them because you feel a good stretch there, feel free to. Let's maybe spend another breath on this side and then we'll switch. So I had my right foot forward. I'm going to step that knee back and step my left foot forward. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll start with that lunge, see if I can get a nice stretch in my right hip flexor. And then whenever I'm ready to, I'm going to start to shift back into that half monkey pose. And again, you can hang out in one and then hang out in the other. Or if it feels good to move between the two, you can move. I'm going to move. That's what feels best for me. Let's take one more breath here. And then I'm going to stay on the mat and come onto my seat. We're going to do a little stretch in the back of the legs. So you can bend one knee and extend the other leg out. And then we're going to fold over that long leg. So your hands can be on the floor or on your leg. If you're able to touch your toes, that's fine, but you don't have to. Just whatever allows you to feel a stretch on the back of the leg, especially this lower part of the leg in your calf. If you can feel that, then you're exactly where you need to be. We'll stay a few more seconds on this side and then we'll switch. All right, so I'm going to come out of this and switch. That knee bends, this leg goes out, and then we'll do the same thing on this side, either stretching along the leg or the floor or come into your toe. All right, let's come out of that. I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing here, but my knees are bent, my feet are on the mat, and I'm going to cross this foot over this knee. Just give myself a little stretch. Usually I can feel it right here. Depending on where you hold tension, you may feel it someplace else. If coming up this high doesn't feel good for you, you can lay back a little. You could even lay all the way down and do this. So there's lots of ways to do this one. I feel it better when I'm like this. So I'm going to stay up here. You do what works best for you. I'm going to take a few more breaths and I'm going to switch sides. All right, I think that's fine for this side. I'm going to put that foot down, take the other ankle over this knee. Again, any of those variations, choose what works best for you. And then we'll do one more little stretch and we're done. All right, I think that's enough on this side. Let's come and sit on our bottoms. I'm going to face you. We'll do a side stretch to each side and then a big deep breath. So first, let's put our left hand down, reach our right arm overhead, do a side bend. Come back up and switch sides. Inhale back to the middle. And let's just take a deep breath and be thankful that we have done a great workout today. So big breath in and exhale. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know. You can leave comments if this is on YouTube, or give me a call or a text. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to go ahead and log off. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.